I grew up a little unconventional. It was unpreventable. My mother told me she knew Lucy well, so she never explained the concepts of heaven or hell. Only that if I looked in the mirror too long, I'd turn into a Jezebel. Fuck it. In this society, what does that even mean except being the next great American meme, since that's the new great American dream? In the city, I feel easily distracted, surrounded by beautiful women sharing their curves in the open like their bodies are meant to be compared. And me trying hard not to stare at their ever-changing color of hair, wondering how their breasts grew 3 sizes up from the original pair. They had to come from somewhere. It's that gelatin medicine, latest creations from Edison. It's that Apple Watch wear that has me the scare. It's trapped on our wrists, listing each place that we kissed, each place that we missed. I'm stopping by. Can I stop and try to release my pain through these words I'm saying, yet I'm refraining? Because it's only safe to conform and short speak. Conform and short speak, conform and short speak. It's wisdom I seek until I am weak in the knees, begging the police please. I'm naked and lonely, people are looking or shouting phony, yet the lightness of my skin letting me blend in, the only testimony I need to win. No need to bleed, yet my heart still bleeds for the seeds of these moments leading to needless casualties.
Hey.
Now this isn't sarcasm. I'm feeling that pain in my chest spasm right under my breast where my heart is kept. It's my own reality that I'm trapped in. Yet I can't shake this feeling like I'm tapped into something more. Maybe it's my desire to even the score. It's the desperation of the lower middle class segregation, the government's damnation I abhor. What happens if we can't afford everything that stops us from being bored? What happens if we can't distract each other and we have to see where we are being ignored? But what can this little body do if I don't want to share more of my skin with the rest of you? My Instagram isn't slutty enough, so I don't get the views. Without more likes to spike my popularity, I'm just looked at with hilarity in the casting office. Thank God for those who'll be casting me regardless. I just gotta remind myself that I'm a flawless goddess. Reacting to my environment's process, now I digress. Perhaps I'm focused too much on the mess. I need to stop viewing work as a contest. It just feels so good to talk. We should all talk more instead of looking at our phones. Look at the person you adore. Stop leaving them alone right next to you. Tell it to your partner. I'm testing you. It's the best for you. And if you're sitting there lonely, I feel that too. I start swallowing pavement, wallowing, taking steps towards tolerance for the audience I'm following. Because who are we behind the screens, putting up pictures of our perfect life, our trophy wife, our secret nights? Which side is right behind the light? I'm covered in black screens. They see all the shit coming from behind the unseen. Sometimes I feel a bit unseen. Haters love to hate what they don't understand, like a white woman rapping instead of a man.
Hey, let's go. Isabella
Hell yeah.
Eisenpresser in the clique.
Yeah. Thank you for coming, man. So we appreciate you.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
Yeah. So, why don't we just get right into it with Threads and Lines, the first segment of the show where we unravel what are the threads of life experiences that forge each line of poetry. Threads and Lines.
This is all first verse. All first verse. You about to get this work.
Let's go.
You gave us a lot to work with over here. It's really hitting a lot. It's a very modern piece talking about like social media and like how it's gaming us to use it so much, and how it's conditioning people to into these behaviors of constantly posting and really narcissistic and all that. But at the same time, like us, me and Daniel, like as cis boys, there's a lot of the other side of social media, being a woman navigating through social media that we don't really get, we don't really see. In Master of None, there was that one scene where Aziz, he compares his Instagram to, his girlfriend's Instagram, and it's like, I took a picture of food, and the comments are like, that food is yummy. And then she took a picture of food, and then the comments are like, I want to fuck your face. It's just it's wild, weird shit from crazy thirsty boys. It's so being a woman and on IG, specifically IG, because Instagram is image based, social media platform. So, what gets the most likes as a woman in social media, and if you don't have certain skills, then maybe it's your looks, and then a lot of people go for that. So if you could lay some of your experience on us, being a woman in social media, and how that informed your piece.
Yes. Well, it's really interesting because now you can create a whole foundation of a business off of your body.
Yeah.
Oh, word.
And
That's
like,
wild.
Yeah,
you know,
I never even thought about it like that.
and it's so crazy because you can have no life skills,
Right.
You know,
Professional beauty.
Yes, but
Word.
then but you're, you know, and now 50 million if you want me to post, and I'll model with your bottle of water or whatever, you know.
word.
And now they're able to use that, and so it's perpetuating that. Oh, okay, this is what we got to do to make money. Oh, we got to sexualize ourselves. Oh, and if I don't do it, then I'm not going to get the attention. So am I validated? Because this is our main way of being validated now, I feel like, is how many likes am I getting on my picture? What does this really matter? You
Word.
know?
And
And also like not to discredit like, you know, professional models.
Yeah,
so like,
no,
I mean,
of
like
course.
that's the whole thing. But at the same time, it's like it's showing like a lot of the public, a lot of young people, how highly valued this is because of the Instagram platform, like of the image-based platform that's showing these kids like, oh, this is the way, instead of showing them this is a way.
Yeah,
well, and
exactly.
it's said like very early in the poem, and very cleverly, I guess. What is the word for that? But the wordplay is dope because it's a great American meme since the new Great American Dream, right?
Yeah.
And like that is kind of the idea. And then you go on to bring it back to this idea whenever you do go to, because it's only safe to conform and short speak. And like you use that repetitiveness to set up the rhythm for the rest of the poem. But that concept of there was a time not long ago where women were expected to do what they were told, to conform, and say very fucking little. And now we're seeing that again. It's just being applied to a new model and a new metric.
Exactly. I'm glad you caught that.
Yeah, word, word.
Your piece is like really dense with like a lot of interesting ideas that that really highlight things that should be more obvious, but you know, us being like, you know, boys, it's like there's a lot of stuff that we don't really see but just assume.
Well, that's a great thing about poetry. I'm able to say
Right.
whatever the hell I want, and not,
Yeah,
you know,
word.
I'm able to use it as this vessel to kind of vent, because I don't like that kind of attention all the time on me to be, should it be my body or what's inside? This is just my fucking vessel, you know?
Word.
So all these other women, they're all goddesses, where I think women are goddesses, of course, but why can't we be seeing more of what's going on inside you, inside the goddess, instead of just outside? Because that shit's not going to last anyway.
Right. Just how people react to women on social is
Yes.
far different from how people
The
react to
freaking
boys.
comments,
Like for
the
example,
comments.
if there's a guy, you know, if you're a guy and you're with a girl, like you know, on Instagram, it's like, yo, like check out who I'm with, and then the comments gonna be like, oh, like look at this guy, like look how lucky he is, or oh, this guy got it.
Yeah.
But then when a woman is with a
Yeah.
guy,
It's
like,
that old trope.
It's the other way around. It's like, oh, like you know. Like a lot of shame, like, oh, like look at this slut, just like some wild problematic shit. Like have you ever experienced like a wave of like negative shit, like on some double standard shit?
Yeah, well, when I was first getting into the whole acting career, I was on, you know, the casting websites, and
you mentioned that too, right? Like being in the cast.
Yeah, and it's so sad because there's so much amazing talent out there, but if you don't have that 10,000 follower, you know, mark, then you're not even gonna get looked at or noticed.
Yeah, word.
They put now in post a lot of time, don't audition if you don't have, you know, this amount of followers.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's like huge for women, huge for
Built-in
actors.
market though, right?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
it's built-in market.
But how do you do that if you don't want to, you know, as I say over here, but what can this little body do if I don't want to share more of my skin with the rest of you?
Yeah, word. And that is the problem. You don't want to create a culture where that is the standard and that is what is expected and that is the only, like, it's fair, it's fine to have those things. That's going to exist either way, right?
Yeah.
And there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. But whenever you're telling young women or young girls even, like, this is the only standard that you could expect to meet.
So saying this is a way, this is the way.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
different.
The only way that we're going to let you in.
I just don't like seeing young little girls twerking, you know?
Right. How weird is that?
It's
No,
like-
you'll be on
super
TikTok
weird,
and
dog.
like
Uncomfortable.
I see girls twerking like against I fucking I Love Friday playing in the background. It's wild.
And it's wild because like 12-year-old Daniel doesn't know what that means. It's not like little boys are watching twerking and they're like, oh yeah, I know what that implies. They're just like, this is what's supposed to be sexy because this is what they told me. This is what's cracking. You know what I'm saying?
And I was raised old school. Like, if I was spending too much time in the mirror, then I was scolded.
Yeah, your whole upbringing is like
Yeah.
a lot different. Like you said, I grew up a little unconventional. You came from like
Yeah,
Cali.
the Sierra Nevada mountains.
That's a whole different world. Like in California, it's like San Diego, LA, the Bay, and then a different world is California.
Yeah,
it's really interesting too, because walking around in Northern California, I could wear whatever I want, and like I could slum it heavy, and I'm fitting in with everyone. In LA, you can't do that.
Yeah, word. You have to have your hair done.
Yeah, you got to be like, I got this.
Especially if you're in Hollywood, specific Hollywood industry. Yeah. So it's different if you're an engineer or if you're a nurse or whatever. But like Hollywood specifically, because so many people around the world come here specifically for that. And
it's a culture.
It's a culture. It's a Hollywood culture. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. All y'all saying that like LA people are fake. Hollywood is like, that's what y'all talking about Hollywood. Don't say that shit about LA. Don't say that shit about my town, fools.
Yeah,
like,
they live up in the hills,
bro.
We don't see them.
Yeah,
we don't
it's
see
different,
them.
bro.
I did find it though interesting in the poem at one point you said it's that gelatin medicine. Almost to imply it is though. I mean, as much as it is like
it's the ego. It's the flexing of the ego, or the healing of the ego through this form. But
the validation. I guess.
But I'm not sure. I mean, I never got fake breath.
Yeah,
so.
word. I just thought that wordplay was really interesting because we are so quick to look at those people and be like, oh, you got work done, instead of like seeing the whole thing or the context behind that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure on people to adhere and to look a certain way.
Yeah.
And not always is that not the result of that.
Yeah, just remember, folks, that on social media, you are looking at other people's highlight reel. Don't compare other people's highlight reel to your behind the scenes. It's different.
And that's why I feel like it's giving such a problem for younger kids. It's like all this mental health issues now. It's like
anxiety.
Yes, anxiety, and it's the social media, and it's the cell phones, and like we're always on them, and we're always comparing ourselves, and
when we have this,
it's not healthy for kids.
Tangible representation of popularity now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When we were kids,
too.
Yeah.
You
when
can
we
measure
were
that.
a kid, it was like, yeah, we just know like Becky's the freshest and she's like the dopest one, but we just knew that. And even if like Becky was a bully, it wasn't like she could be like, look at why I'm better than you. And now we have that. Now kids have this like metric for popularity and
followers and likes,
worth and all of that shit. It's wild. Stop being little scummy fucklords, little boys. Grow up, dog. Grow up earlier than later.
Yeah, it's like, it's not the size of your followership, but speaking of, be sure to smash that like the button and that subscribe, and be sure to subscribe to us at Penclique, PENCLIQUE, on Instagram, on all that. Anyways, Isabella, that was a dope piece. Thank you for sharing your art.
Thank you.